Hello, welcome back, Simona Cochi. This is a magical bling bling word that I try to recreate to introduce you to Cartier, one of the most relevant exhibition nowadays. I'm talking about a monumental exhibit tributed to Cartier that is on display until the 16th of November 2025 at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. And today I will introduce also the second segment that I've been producing thanks to the artificial intelligence in order to deliver all the major details on the masterpieces presented during these shows, but also to enlighten you on the importance of the journalism rules in these recent times. So even if I use artificial intelligence, I stick to the rules of journalism, and I'm had the possibility of gathering together different documents and materials, not only the one is on the public dominions all around the webs on academic sites rather than YouTube, because Cartier, of course, is a landmark, and his path and his history is released in many different sites. But also I try my best with these digital tools to gather together all the best information, anecdotes, facts and figures through documents and press releases, thanks to the outstanding work of the press office Victoria and Albert Museum. I put together all the information, and I try also to filter it and to deliver in a way that is enjoyable. And also, I really hope you will appreciate my dedication, my passion in this workflow. What I have to say is that I'm accustomed to storytell the story of families. In this case, because culturally we have different bonds with France and French people, is the case of Cartier. They started in the very early in the 19th centuries and founded by a family, artisanal work, and then thanks to the passion of the sons of the family, they keep on working on the path in producing amazing jewelry. And nowadays, Cartier represents one of the most authoritative company and brands and tradition in this kind of field. What else? I really suggest you to delve inside the Victoria and Albert Museum site in order to have more information about the exhibition, and give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you soon again for another digital review. Stay tuned. Simona Cochi.
Today, we're taking a plunge into a world that's just brimming with, well, unparalleled glamour, incredible history, and truly breathtaking craftsmanship. We're talking about the Cartier exhibition. It's currently enchanting visitors over at the V&A, that's the Victoria and Albert Museum. Of course, we're here in London.
It really is something special.
And this isn't just, a display of pretty jewels. It's billed as a major exhibition. We're talking more than 350 extraordinary objects.
That's right. Jewels, historic gemstones, absolutely iconic watches and clocks, too.
It sounds like it meticulously charts the whole evolution, really, of Cartier's legacy. The art, the design, the craftsmanship, right from the turn of the 20th century.
Exactly. It covers a huge span of their history.
And crucially, for anyone listening who's thinking of going, and you really should mark your calendars, this extraordinary display closes Sunday, 16 November 2025.
Yep. November 16th, 2025. So there's still time, but don't leave it too late.
And you'll find it at the V&A South Kensington in London. So our mission today really is to unpack the exhibition's unique curatorial approach.
Mm-hmm.
We want to delve into the stories, the captivating stories behind some of the most iconic pieces, and really understand what makes these creations not just beautiful, but, well, incredibly valuable and culturally significant too.
Absolutely. There's so much more than meets the eye.
I saw the Telegraph called it a spellbinding, once-in-a-lifetime display of old-world glamour. High praise.
And deservedly so, I think.
And when you start digging into some of the famous owners and, honestly, the eye-watering valuations of these pieces,
Yeah.
you quickly realize this is way more than just a jewelry show.
Oh, definitely. It's a historical event, a cultural moment, really.
I mean, we're talking serious money here.
Yeah.
The combined worth, just for the top 5 pieces they highlight, apparently exceeds $80 million.
Easily. And the broader exhibition, if you were to apply current market prices, you're looking at maybe $100 to $200 million, possibly more, in rare jewelry. It's staggering.
Wow.
And what's fascinating, picking up on your point about it being more than just bling, is precisely that understanding the curators bring.
Right.
The team has gone far beyond merely, putting shiny things in cases. The Observer actually praised it for seamlessly blending hundreds of exquisite treasures with a thoughtful curatorial approach.
Thoughtful how? What are they exploring?
They're looking at both the ephemeral and the inspirational aspects of Cartier's work. It's quite a scholarly approach, designed to reveal those deeper layers of artistry.
That is fascinating because, yeah, you might just picture rows of sparkle, but it sounds like they're really trying to tell a story. You give it context.
They absolutely are.
How does the staging, the architecture play into that?
Well, that's crucial. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the architect Asif Khan's staging is really innovative. It's designed to guide visitors through Cartier's 3 creative pillars:
Which are?
inspiration, craftsmanship, and the construction of an iconic visual identity. And this structure, it spans an incredible 175 years of the Maison's history.
175 years.
Yes. It really highlights Cartier's continuous reinvention over time. And the staging itself is immersive, quite multisensory.
How so?
Well, they suspend jewels amid light and sound. It's designed to let history sort of breathe and the future to hover. It creates this almost ethereal experience.
You feel the legacy. You don't just look at it. That's quite powerful, isn't it? A really engaging way to connect with heritage.
Exactly. It draws you in on multiple levels.
And this intellectual rigor you mentioned.
Yeah.
What does that reveal about the design process itself, something we might not expect?
Well, it really underscores the meticulous research by the curators, Helen Molesworth and Rachel Garrahan. They've painstakingly traced Cartier's journey, right from its Paris origins in 1847 all the way to becoming this global luxury icon.
Mm-hmm.
And they've included things like previously unseen drawings from the V&A and Cartier archives.
Oh, wow. So you get to see the sketches, the ideas forming.
Precisely. It allows us to see the genesis of these masterpieces, the concepts, the evolution of a design before it even hits the workbench. It just highlights that these aren't just pretty objects, they're the result of some serious artistic and technical vision.
That really sets the scene perfectly for the genesis of the empire itself. We've got the vision behind the exhibition. But let's rewind a bit. How did Cartier actually get there? From a small Parisian jeweler to this global giant? Was there a key moment, a key person?
That's a great question. It really started with, frankly, an audacious vision from the founder's grandsons, Louis-Francois Cartier's grandsons, Louis, Pierre, and Jacques.
The 3 brothers.
The 3 brothers. And they set out to create nothing less than the very first globally recognized jewelry house.
Ooh.
That was their ambition.
Bold move for the time.
Incredibly bold. Establishing branches strategically, Paris, London, New York. That was forward-thinking stuff back then.
And it seemed to pay off pretty quickly, didn't it? Wasn't there a big royal endorsement early on?
Yes, the Edward VII story.
Tell us about that. I've heard he basically told Pierre Cartier, set up shop in London, I'll make sure all my friends come. Is that true?
It's pretty much the gist of it. Edward VII, who was the Prince of Wales at the time, heavily encouraged Pierre to open in London. He supposedly said, if you do it, I guarantee all my friends will go to Cartier in London.
What an endorsement.
Absolutely. And it worked. It cemented Cartier's reputation almost overnight, leading directly to that famous moniker, the jeweler of kings and the king of jewelers.
Edgy?
Very. But it wasn't just about hobnobbing with royalty. What really earned them that high-profile attention was the craftsmanship. It was about genuine innovation.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Louis Cartier. He embraced platinum. right? And that was a game changer.
A total game changer. Before platinum, settings were often heavier, more visible gold, silver. Platinum allowed for this incredibly fine, almost invisible mounting.
So the diamonds just popped.
Watch. Exactly. They looked like they were floating in midair. It enabled this unprecedented delicacy, this brilliance. That's what led to the garland style.
The garland style.
Right. It was a revolution, both technically in how jewelry was made and aesthetically in how it looked. Intricate, like lace, but incredibly strong. It just looked lighter.
Amazing. And that innovation, that must have perfectly positioned them for the changes happening in the 20th century.
Absolutely. It set the stage. Cartier skillfully embraced the new energies, new money, new types of clients, American magnates, movie stars.
Whole new clientele.
A whole new world. And this era saw the birth of some of their most iconic signature collections, things we still recognize instantly today.
Okay, let's talk about those. The tank watch. Everyone knows the tank.
A true legend. Created in 1918, it was a direct homage to the first tanks seen on the Western Front. Designed to be tough, all-proof, they called it.
But still elegant.
That's the Cartier magic, isn't it? Fusing that sort of wartime practicality with timeless design, turning military inspiration into high fashion.
And even before the tank, there was the Santos watch, right? The story about the aviator.
That's right, Alberto Santos Dumont, 1907. Louis Cartier created what's essentially the first modern wristwatch for his friend.
Why wristwatch specifically?
Well, Santos Dumont needed to check the time easily while flying his, early aircraft. Fumbling for a pocket watch wasn't exactly practical mid-flight.
No, I suppose not.
So again, it speaks to Cartier's knack for innovating based on a client's actual needs. Function meeting elegance.
Then jumping forward a bit, the love bracelet. Late 1960s. That one's quite different.
It is unique, isn't it?
Yeah.
Requiring two people because it's literally screwed on with a tiny screwdriver.
I read someone called it a 20th century version of ancient chastity belts. That's pretty provocative for luxury jewelry.
It definitely sparked conversation, and maybe a little scandal, but it perfectly shows Cartier pushing boundaries, creating objects with a deeper, maybe slightly subversive narrative.
And it became a huge symbol for couples.
An instant icon. A very tangible symbol of commitment, maybe even possession, depending on how you look at it.
Okay, and we absolutely cannot talk Cartier without mentioning the Panthère.
Impossible. The Panther. It emerged as this powerful, almost secret emblem back in 1948. The first famous piece was a bespoke brooch for the Duchess of Windsor.
Wallace Simpson.
The very same. And over time, the Panthère motif just exploded necklaces, bracelets, earrings, capturing that fierce elegance of the big cat in metal and gems.
And wasn't the Panthère also a nickname?
Yes. For Jeanne Toussaint, Cartier's artistic director for decades, she had this legendary passion for big cats, a really bold vision. It adds another layer of mystique to it all.
Fascinating. And alongside these iconic, maybe more exclusive lines, there was the Trinity line too.
Still hugely successful today, the Trinity. Those three intertwined bands of different colored gold.
Symbolizing.
Traditionally, love, fidelity, and friendship. It really shows how Cartier could also create something enduringly popular, maybe a bit more accessible, resonating with a broader audience, including the middle class.
Okay, so we've covered the revolutionary designs, the global reach. But let's get to the real stars of this exhibition. The pieces that command not just awe, but truly staggering values. The masterpieces.
The highlights.
What makes these pieces soar into the stratosphere, value-wise? Is it just carats?
It's rarely just carats, though they certainly help. It's more a confluence of factors. Extreme rarity, of course, provenance, who owned it, historical significance, and that unparalleled Cartier craftsmanship we've been talking about.
And the exhibition showcases this well.
It does a spectacular job. The undisputed centerpiece has to be the Williamson pink diamond brooch.
The pink diamond. Tell me about it.
It features an exceptionally rare 23.6 carat pink diamond. Just stunning. It was originally a wedding gift to Queen Elizabeth II.
To the Queen, wow.
Yes, back in 1947. Cartier then designed the setting for her personal use, and it was mounted in 1953, ready for her coronation.
What does it look like?
It's described as a lovely open work flower the size of the palm of your hand. Imagine that delicate, airy, almost lace-like structure, all designed to let that incredible diamond just blaze with light.
And the value. Pink diamonds are off the charts, aren't they?
Absolutely. This brooch is rightly considered among the most valuable jewels on the planet. The estimated value is somewhere between $40 to $60 million.
$40 to $60 million.
And to give you some context, back in 2022, auction estimates for pink diamonds from the same mine were exceeding $50 million for stones significantly smaller than this one.
Incredible.
And what makes its display here even more special is that it's being shown alongside the original design drawings from the Frederick Mew archive held by the V&A, never publicly seen before.
That gives you a real peek behind the curtain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Into the whole creative process.
It really does, an unprecedented look.
Okay, another piece with incredible provenance.
Mm.
Grace Kelly's engagement ring.
Ah, yes, Princess Grace. A magnificent 10.48 carat emerald-cut diamond ring by Cartier, given to her by Prince Rainier III of Monaco, of course.
What's that worth today?
Well, it was bought for around $4 million back in the 1950s, but if you index link that for inflation and market value, it's estimated at over $38 million today.
$38 million.
Easily puts it among the world's highest valued engagement rings. It's pure Hollywood royalty meets actual royalty, that enduring allure.
Beyond these huge, incredibly personal pieces, what else stands out in this spectacular display? Any surprises?
Well, there's a captivating array of other major pieces. Take the Manchester tiara,
Okay.
Cartier Paris 1903, set with over 1,000 diamonds, brilliant and rose cuts, made for Consuelo, the Dowager Duchess of Manchester.
What's it like?
It's described as a spectacular diamond-set jewel with big open-work heart-shaped motifs, really like a crown. And it's actually part of the V&A's permanent collection.
So it's not going anywhere after the exhibition?
The tiara itself belongs to the V&A, yes. While it hasn't been auctioned, you could estimate its value based on comparable pieces, probably in the $2 to $4 million range. And it's versatile too, apparently. Bits could be detached and worn as brooches.
Clever design. Very practical.
Mm-hmm.
Then, for sheer drama, there's Maria Felix's articulated snake necklace.
Oh, I've seen pictures of that. It looks incredible.
Commissioned by the legendary Mexican diva herself, it's this lifelike, completely flexible snake covered in diamonds and enamel over 2,400 diamonds.
Flexible how?
It's an absolute masterpiece of technique. The coils are so mobile it can apparently move around the neck almost like a real snake. Astonishing engineering. Its estimated value is around $2.5 to $3 million.
Wow. Okay, what about watches? You mentioned the tank, but anything else super valuable? The Cartier crash watch, maybe? The
What?
vintage one?
Ah, the crash. Yes, the original 1967 model, designed by Cartier London, is a true collector's legend. It has this incredible cult following.
And the value reflects that.
It certainly does. Estimated value is around $1.5 million. And the London-made examples specifically have recently just shattered auction records.
Why the warp design?
Is the car crash story true?
It captures that swinging London moment, doesn't it? That rebellious vibe. The story goes, it was inspired by a baignoire watch damaged in a car crash. But, well, that might just be a good story. Apocryphal, perhaps. But it shows Cartier embracing the unconventional.
Definitely. So, beyond these pieces with headline-grabbing estimates, are there others where the value is harder to pin down?
Absolutely. There are pieces where the value really transcends a simple dollar figure because of their unique history or rarity. Think about the Patiala necklace.
The one they restored?
The restored monumental original, yes. It's just breathtaking. Approaches 1,000 carats. It's often called the biggest of all diamond necklaces on the planet.
So impressive. Priceless.
Effectively, yes. Its historic status, its sheer scale, it would easily be in the multi-million-dollar range, but it's unlikely ever to be sold. It's part of India's history, Maharaja Bhupinder Singh's commission.
Right. And what about that Art Deco style, the Tutti Frutti?
Yes. The exhibition features the exquisite Mountbatten Tutti Frutti bandeau from 1928, a truly exceptional example of Cartier's Indian-inspired Art Deco.
What makes it Tutti Frutti?
It's that vibrant mix of carved gemstones, emeralds, rubies, sapphires set against diamonds. Really captures that era's fascination with Eastern motifs. Similar Tutti Frutti pieces have sold for over $1 million.
And I heard about mystery clocks. What are those?
They are fascinating. Rare pendulum clocks where the hands seem to just float in the dial with no visible connection to the movement.
How do they do that?
The secret is invisible crystal discs that the hands are mounted on. Very clever mechanics. The exhibition highlights a Model A mystery clock from 1914. It shows Cartier's mastery wasn't just jewelry, but complex horology too.
So it really hammers home that point. It's not just about the financial worth. It's the history, the culture, the story.
Exactly. Some pieces, especially royal commissions or museum pieces like the Manchester tiara, are effectively priceless. They're unique. They rarely, if ever, come to auction. They're part of our shared heritage.
Which brings us nicely to why this exhibition feels so important right now. It's more than just looking at rich people's jewels.
Precisely. It reveals those deep connections Cartier forged with royal and VIP clientele. But crucially, it shows how those personal commissions inspired timeless designs. It's about patronage shaping art.
And it wasn't just royalty influencing them, right? You mentioned movie stars earlier.
Absolutely. Cartier's appeal broadened massively thanks to leading creatives from the worlds of cinema, music, and fashion. You see how these pieces get tangled up with history, with celebrity culture.
They become cultural artifacts themselves, reflecting changing tastes, society.
And that enduring human desire to adorn ourselves, to mark moments, to express status or love through beautiful objects.
Yeah. And the craftsmanship, the designs we see in the exhibition, they still feel relevant, don't they?
They really do. Those innovations continue to influence how we think about jewelry and watches today. It's this powerful narrative about how luxury heritage stays alive, how it reinvents itself, and how something like a bracelet or a tiara can encapsulate so much history and artistic ambition.
Well, this has been a truly glittering deep dive.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just makes you want to get down to the V&A and see these incredible pieces up close, feel that history.
It's definitely worth a visit.
So, just that final reminder for everyone listening. This extraordinary exhibition is a genuine must-see cultural event. But it's not on forever. It's on display until November 16th, 2025 at the V&A in London. Seriously, don't miss it.
And maybe as you walk through or just reflect on what we've discussed, think about that enduring human desire to create things of lasting beauty, lasting significance, this kind of luxury heritage presented the way Cartier does. It's a real meditation on craft, on culture, and ultimately on our collective history.
A perfect thought to end on. It really reminds me true artistry resonates far beyond its time or its price tag.
Indeed.
And before we wrap up, we really want to conclude by specifically acknowledging the exceptional work of Simona Cochi. She's a digital journalist and the producer of the Italian Way YouTube channel.
Yes, her work is excellent.
Her approach really demonstrates how you can make specialized knowledge, like this, really accessible without dumbing it down or sacrificing intellectual rigor. And she shows how the stories behind luxury objects can illuminate these much broader questions about culture, history, and human creativity. Really inspiring stuff.
Here, here. A great example of bringing these topics to life.